I was old to have a first kiss. I was 15. So there was a lot of pressure, right? In my high school my first high school boyfriend's house. I was like braces, laying on his bed, and I was brace face. He was on an office wheelie desk chair and like scooted up to me, and I'm like on the bed like at a different level, and I like didn't know what I was doing, or I was like so nervous because I'd never. I mean, I pecked, a guy or something, but like my first kiss was that, and it was so awkward. I remember my neck hurt. I remember it was weird with my braces, and the whole thing. I didn't enjoy it at all. There were other opportunities. Yes, there were. Yeah, it's my first boyfriend. We kept dating, so maybe it wasn't that bad. My name is Elizabeth Olsen. I'm here to talk about WandaVision. My contract with Marvel was done, and Kevin Feige, who runs Marvel, had me come into his office and he pitched me WandaVision. He told me that he wanted to create a story about my character, Wanda Maximoff, of her manipulating reality to mimic the sitcoms that she grew up with in order to comfort herself, and that he wanted it to be kind of trippy and to play with genre and for it to feel like a sitcom but twisted, kind of Twilight Zone-y. I loved the undergarments. It's all helpful, right? It's all helpful for the time, for the character, for how women move, how they talk. The shoes were the worst. That was the worst thing is I did wear vintage period shoes, and that's awful. That's a terrible feeling. My feet don't even like heels, let alone heels that have quite literally no support. Paul is very tall. He's very tall. I'm on a box often. He's very tall. And yeah, shades of purple. He sparkles as well. He has like a layer of sparkle that goes on top of the purple. Fact that is who I'm acting with is a man covered in purple paint, and that I'm just like accepting it every day is and just love that purple face. It's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard. It comes off on me, even though they try as much as they can to powder him. They have to powder his hands all the time because if he wants to touch my face, and yeah, they have to be like on top of us for those scenes. It's really not practical. I try and not touch him, actually. Was it Cannes? Yeah, Cannes was my first red carpet look. Martha Marcy May Marlene was at Cannes, and that was my first red carpet look. And I was in the role. I was in a black rose skirt and a lace top, and I didn't have an undergarment on. Oh. And I didn't know that flash photography at night was going to be my enemy. And my publicist worked really hard at trying to remove those pictures from the internet. Who was your cinematic crush when you were growing up? Frank Sinatra. I didn't know they were old movies that I was watching. What I consumed as a child were all old musicals like Oklahoma, Guys and Dolls, Carousel, West Side Story, and I loved classic musicals. And Frank Sinatra, I was in love with, and I would do scenes with him in my bathroom, which then turned into scenes with George Clooney. As I got older and I realized Frank Sinatra was an old man, and I was like, oh, well, maybe if I get older, I can at least work with George Clooney as his, like, daughter's friend or something, and then we have a thing. You know what I'm really good at? Removing stains. That is my secret skill. I believe I can remove a stain from anything. Probably started with my mom, who's like a soaker, right? That's like kind of the first rule's patience. And then because I cook so much, I think I just had to learn. And then I also think just like being a woman, you just have to learn how to sometimes get stains out of things. I'm pretty like, woman of the house handy. Did you have a TV show you loved growing up? I never did Dawson's Creek. I never did any of those shows. What did I watch though? I feel like I loved Family Matters. I loved Step by Step. I loved the Torkelsons. And I loved Full House. All the VHSs. And it was very, very easy to watch at my house. Do you have a crush on John Stamos? Yes.